Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University for KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the UHSAA Baseball Championship Series. And we're getting you set for the first of our two games here between Maple Mountain and Brighton, and of course our nightcap later on tonight between Lehigh and Corner Canyon. And with a fist bump and a smile on my partner, Ty Wilkinson, Alexander Timolek joining me here from UCCU Ballpark. Alrighty, Ty, turning you in, the first thing I say is, we know our four teams now that are going to play for the championships, and let me tell you, we got two stacked matchups on both sides of the board.
Indeed we do. 5A starting off with Brighton and Maple Mountain. That's going to be a slugfest and a pitching battle for that matter too, Alex, between Brighton and Maple Mountain. Brighton all year, their offense has just been a firework, it feels like, just going 39 home runs on the season. You got star power, and you have young power too. But the question is can Maple Mountain, can they withstand with that defense and that outstanding pitching staff that has just been so productive all season long?
And you just talked about it. Let's get into Brighton for a second here. Jack Saba hits that 3-run walk-off home run. He's not the only one that can have power to all ends of the field. Jack Saba and Easton Fry and Riley Brown, those three guys are the leaders in home runs on their team, and Fry and Brown are two of the ones that lead the state in home runs.
It's just incredible what this offense has done. It feels like very, very productive for this offense, and it's the reason why they're here today, Alex. I mean, this offense is just feels like they've been blowing out teams left and right, and now they come into this matchup and they have to face against a really difficult pitching staff.
And you just talked about it too, Ty, for Brighton as well, going up against that Maple Mountain pitching staff. Chase Johnston leads the team with 71 strikeouts on the season, and this Maple Mountain pitching staff has been holding teams to low numbers of runs for fun. They really have turned their tournament run into a battle between small ball versus power ball.
I mean, led by, let's see, Chase Johnson, 71 strikeouts. I mean, it's just the small ball factor that's playing into how they've just been so productive in the pitching staff. You can only hope that it will withstand this intense offense from Brighton, too.
So, Ty, taking a look at this Maple Mountain team against this Brighton team, it's really going to come down to, as we both were talking about, the small ball versus power ball showdown, which is what we saw a lot in some of the 6A games that we were covering up at BYU.
Right. The small ball is going to play a factor. We talk about the Long Beach State mentality that you have going into the baseball game, and there's no other better way to do it like they have. And still, it's an amazing strategy for these teams coming in for high school ball because it's just so productive, and we've seen it work. It's incredible.
Now let's take a look at Lehigh against Corner Canyon, the 6A matchup. This is a really, really intriguing matchup, Ty. These two teams have defied expectations all season long, more so the Lehigh Pioneers. Everyone was predicting, us included, that, okay, this was going to be a transition year. Maybe it was going to be a little bit difficult for them in 6A. No. In the three major sports, baseball, basketball, and football, football made it to the semifinals at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Basketball won the state championship, and now here's the baseball team under head coach Eric Madsen, where he used to coach at Utah Valley with a chance to win a state championship.
It's a veteran coach, and he knows exactly what he's doing, Alex. So many years of experience, and he gets the opportunity to coach his son and star power Mays Madsen, too, over there at short, and he's just been such a firecracker, it feels like, during this postseason and the teams that they've played. Knocking off Riverton twice, Alex. Like, that's almost unheard of for some teams, even in the playoffs going in. But the fact that Lehigh is coming in with this firepower, and it just feels like they're so dangerous in that perspective.
And as people are watching right now in the highlights, Vince is currently showing the highlights of that epic comeback against Riverton that we saw firsthand on Wednesday night in the semifinal matchup. Ty, this is the other thing we want to touch on. This Lehigh team doesn't quit. Like, they were down 2-0 against American Fork, played at 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning, won that game 4-2 on a 1-6-3 double play. And as people are watching right now, speaking of which, on cue, there's Mays Madsen's RBI sac fly that ends up giving Lehigh not only the lead for good, but also propels them to the win in that game. This team just is different on all facets, because when you can beat Riverton twice and American Fork, not only doing it twice, but coming from behind twice in a row, 2 days in a row, you got something special rolling.
Right, it's super dangerous in that perspective too, Alex, because you know when you get later down into the innings, Lehigh's going to come swinging, and we've seen it happen, as you mentioned, between American Fork in the matchups that they played, as well as Riverton. Like, these couple of matchups that they're playing, Alex, it feels like it's come from behind win, but it also feels like Lehigh has control pretty much most of the game, and they're just waiting for that time to strike like a snake.
And also, speaking of time to strike like a snake, the Corner Canyon Chargers, nobody could have seen this coming. I mean, they put up 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning against Davis. They beat them. They put up 10 against Fremont, 10 against Mountain Ridge. They are not only defying expectations, they're blowing them out of the water, because I don't know anyone coming into this 6A bracket play had Jeff Yore's team going to the championship series.
I'll tell you what, I definitely didn't. The 10 seed and the bottom seed going into that particular round, and it's just incredible to watch this team, Alex, because they're just so loaded in their lineup. It feels like every guy, every single game at least gets on base once, they get RBIs, and they really just carry each other's momentum too, especially, you know, the defensive perspective is also working for them super well too. And Corner Canyon, just talk about a dangerous offense, especially if they're knocking off teams and blowing out teams like Fremont, as well as yesterday we saw against Mountain Ridge.
So let's talk about this matchup now and the what to watch for moment here, Ty, because these are two teams, two really, really good teams. You kind of do feel that this is going to be a series of momentum swings, and it's going to come down to very, very razor-thin margins and who can get that last little bit of momentum.
That is very correct, Alex, because Lehigh, as we've seen, they come from behind wins. They're very dangerous in both the 6th and the 7th innings, for that matter, so watch out for that offense. But Corner Canyon, they're the ones that are more so the strike early approach, as we see in the 1st and 2nd innings for this team, where they kind of just have that, I'll mention it again, strike like a snake mentality kind of to it. When they bite, they'll bite pretty hard, and it's in that 1st and 2nd innings where they do so.
Ty, I don't know about you. I'm ready for this.
I'm super stoked, dude. This is going to be an amazing matchup for both sides, 5 and 6A.
We're ready, folks. They're currently meeting at the plate, and we will have the first pitch, the starting lineups, and everything that comes with it when we come back. This is KSL Sports Rewind. You're watching the 5 and 6A Baseball Championships. Get ready, folks. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to UCCU Ballpark here on the campus of Utah Valley University for Game 1 of the 5A Championship between Maple Mountain and Brighton. Alexander Timolev joined alongside of my broadcast partner, once again, Ty Wilkinson. Let's take a look now at who both teams have put out there as their starting lineups and who both coaches have assigned to get the job done for them on the diamond, just like how Heidemann and Associates does it for you, the client. Time to look at the Maple Mountain lineup first. Batting first and leading off today at second base is A.J. Thomas. Max Walker, the left fielder, will bat second. Cy Chrisman, who we just touched on in the pregame, will bat third, and he plays at first. Logan Billinghast, the designated hitter, will bat cleanup. Sawyer Leifson will bat fifth. He's playing in the shortstop position. Braden Catterson is playing the catcher role today. He is sixth in the lineup. And as we just touched on, Chase Johnston, the pitcher, was 71 strikeouts on the season. He'll bat seventh. Bennett Averett will bat eighth, and Colby Warren, rounding out the order, will bat ninth. On the other side for the Brighton Bengals and head coach Mark Cleveland today, Jack Saba, who was the hero of Wednesday's semifinal win of that walk-off 3-run home run. He bats leadoff today. Bubba Ellis will bat second. Riley Brown, the third baseman, bats third. Braxton Biesinger, the second baseman, bats cleanup. Cooper Scott, the left fielder, bats fifth. Easton Fry, the center fielder, bats sixth. Cooper Johnson, the catcher today, will bat seventh. Miles Layton, normally the number one pitcher, he will bat eighth in the order today, playing at first base. And Cody Smith will be the designated hitter for the Bengals. And Ty, they will all go up against Case Beams. So it's going to be number one against number one here early on. We're going to just get to see a good pitching matchup here.
And there's a good reason for that too, Alex. I mean, the pitching matchup in and of itself has to be pretty good. Again, a 1 versus 1. You know it's championship baseball whenever this is coming to the scenario of both teams.
First pitch on the way is in at the knees for strike one, and we are off and running in this 5A championship series. This best-of-3 series here at UCCU Ballpark. 0-1 pitch is down and away, ball one. Game time temperature 66 degrees here in the Orem-Provo area. South-southeast wind currently 21 miles per hour, blowing in from center field towards us in the broadcast booth. But there is rain in the forecast later tonight. 1-2 pitch. And that's down to the dirt, ball 2. Crowd still filing in here at UCCU Ballpark. Next pitch is chopped towards third. Picked up on 2 hops, winged over to first. And there's one out here in the top half of inning number 1. That'll bring up the left fielder Max Walker now for his first appearance of the afternoon. Beams his first pitch on the way. That one catches the bottom half of the plate for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Chopped towards the hole at first. That's going to get through for a base hit. Aggressive turn at first by Max Walker. And the throw cuts back in. And tied just like that. Maple Mountain with their first base runner of the game and 1 out.
Well, there you go. That's how you get started. Obviously, a quick ground out that came off the bat of A.J. Thomas. And now quickly already Max Walker with the 1-out base knock right through the gap right in between first and second.
It kind of almost looked like Leighton wanted to play that unassisted, but instead gave way to the second baseman trying to cover Brax Biesinger. As the first pitch comes into the sophomore side, Chrisman outside ball 1. We talked about Chrisman's power abilities. 10th in the state in batting average with a .500 clip. Leads the team with 39 RBIs. And you could tell on that 2-0 pitch there, Case Beams working very carefully here with Chrisman.
I can't say I blame him, too. On the season, Maple Mountain 16 home runs, and half of them are coming from the guy in the at-bat right now.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Runner thought about going. Instead, it's a pitch right at the knees for a strike.
And I mean, how do you do that as a pitcher to contain yourself against one of the best in the state of Utah?
Carefully, very carefully. 2-1 pitch. That one is right on the inner half. Good placement there from Case Beams. Strike 2. Runner on first, 1 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here on the first baseman side, Chrisman. Beams has a look back at first. 2-2 on the way. And the count goes full. Logan Billinghast, the designated hitter, stands on deck to face Case Beams. Full count on the way. Liner towards second, base hit. They'll put the stop sign on the runners at first and second. And back-to-back base hits for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. And they have a runner in scoring position for the first time today.
And there you go. It's the small game approach. You're telling they're not taking any risks, this Maple Mountain team, especially with the dangers that Brighton has, at least off of their at-bats. So I feel like it's a good contention to keep your base runners kind of close and to not send them, especially with the powerful arms of the outfield, too.
Again, that'll bring up Logan Billinghast, the left-handed DH now. And the first pitch misses away for ball 1. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top half of the very first inning. Alexander Timolip and Ty Wilkinson here from UCCU Ballpark for Game 1 of the UHSAA 5A Baseball Championship Series. 1-0 pitch misses again, 2-0. Pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes now here on the DH Logan Billinghast.
And most of them are within the zone too, so shout out to Logan for, keeping his eye and not being able to swing. I know the aggression that you want to have to get ahead early, especially against a team as good as Bingham has been all year, but you got to contain yourself, especially in the championship round, too.
You can almost feel, too, Ty, the tension in this building as well from both sides, both the Maple Mountain and the Brighton fans. 3-1 pitch. Foul. And once again, for the second consecutive batter, count goes full. Sawyer Leifson, the shortstop, stands on deck. Big spot here for Case Beams, the starter here early on for Brighton. The 3-2 pitch was going to be on the way, and then time called by the hitter Billinghast as Beams was having a staring contest at second base over there with Max Walker, the left fielder. Here it comes. Ball 4. Bases loaded. And now here comes Sawyer Leifson, the shortstop, and Ty. This is a big spot here for Maple Mountain against this Brighton pitching staff here early in this game.
Especially when your offense is knocking on the door of those early opportunities that you want to get pretty good. And shout out to Logan Bingham. He went ahead in the count 3-0, then it became 3-2. But then he laid off and he waited for his pitch, and he didn't get it, but it was outside, so he takes the walk.
Good pitch there to the shortstop, Leifson in there for a strike. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Infield for the Bengals just about in your standard depth. That one just misses the corner there inside for a ball. Maple Mountain threatening to break the seal. Here's the pitch. High fly ball in the air to right. Coming over is Ellis toward the line. Makes the catch. They're going to tag and send the runner home. This is going to be close. And he is safe at the plate. And Maple Mountain breaks the seal. On the RBI sac fly, and that makes it now 2 out. And up steps the catcher, Brendan Catterson. Ty, can you tell it's a championship series? How about that send there from Maple Mountain head coach Jeremy Thomas?
Well, there you go. That's it's called risky business right there, Alex, because I felt like that was at least a little bit close there to the infield. But fortunately, you got speedy legs over there at at third base.
We call that a Ron Washington-style send in my neck of the woods, being a Braves fan myself. But the risk there pays off for head coach Jeremy Thomas standing there at third. And the Golden Eagles have the first run of the game as this pitch is in there at the knees for a strike.
And for the Golden Eagles, this is the position you want to be in. Up 1-0 early, especially with the bats that Brighton provides.
And the runners at the corners as well. Good pitch there from Beams there for strike 2. Runners at the corners, 2 out, 1 run already home, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff. Fly ball, foul. And that just misses the roof over there on the right side of UCCU ballpark. Good time to remind you, as always, throughout the week, Ty and I have been doing our Any Hour Services random roof ringers anytime a ball hits the tarp at Larry H. Miller Field or the roof at UCCU ballpark. We will definitely be able to hear it this time because it's a steel roof. 0-2 pitch. And a good waste there. Runner goes down to second, but Cooper Johnson, the catcher, thought better of it. And the runners now move to second and third here with 2 out and a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a smart no decision by Cooper. You get the runner over there at third, and you pass it over to second to try to get the force out. And I feel like more likely than not, Brighton would go ahead 2-0.
2-2 pitch on the way. High pop-up. Going towards the left side stands. This is coming over towards us, I think. And that's going to land in the first couple of rows and bounce up into the stanchion and then ricochet right back into a bunch of fans again. That took several hops for it to come finally down.
A little game of pinball on the side of a game of baseball.
2-2 pitch coming. Goodbye. Good job there from Case Beams getting out of the jam. Maple Mountain scratches across one, but they're unable to do anything else with it. We go to bottom of inning number one. Maple Mountain in front 1-0 in game one of the 5A championship. Welcome back, everyone, to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University here in Orem, Utah. Alexander Timup alongside Ty Wilkinson for the 5A Baseball Championship Series. Our coverage on KSL Sports Rewind presented all week long, of course, by the good folks at Heidemann & Associates and by Igloo Outfitters. So, Ty, for the first time in this game, we get to see Maple Mountain starter Chase Johnston come up. And we know, we talked about in the pregame, 71 strikeouts on the season for Chase Johnston. He is the man for Maple Mountain on the mound.
Well, you know what he is? He's the keystone for Maple Mountain and their defense. I mean, obviously the pitching battles and just his ERA over the years. It's just been so incredible to see this young pitcher play. And once again, Alex, this is going to be the reason Maple Mountain might have a really, really decent chance in shutting down this Brighton team, just because Brighton's bats have just been so hot, not only in the postseason, just in the regular season in general. The teams that they've faced, it feels like they're just a different beast that teams have to conquer, and it just becomes such a difficult task. But when you got him on the mound, I think your defense can get a little bit more calm and collected, and you know that you have your ace on the mound dealing against this really difficult offense that Brighton provides.
And one of them will be standing at the plate right now, shortstop Jack Saba, who had the 3-run walk-off home run on Wednesday night to get the Brighton Bengals into this championship series against Springville. What a thriller that was here in Orem on Wednesday night. Chase Johnston's first pitch is fouled off the glove of the catcher. And back to the screen for strike one. Home plate umpire had to go and retrieve the foul ball back there from in front of the screen. Oh, one pitch on the way is served in the air to left, just over the glove of the shortstop. Leifs it over there. That's a base hit. And right on cue, Ty, Jack Saba comes up. Second pitch he sees. First hit of the game.
Well, there you go. They're going to come out aggressive, too. Brighton wants that one run that they got back, or that they allowed. They want to have that back as soon as possible. And we know Brighton's team. They're a difficult customer in those at-bats that they take, and usually they won't take their time. I know I talk about you got to work the counts on the pitcher, but it feels like this team and the style of at-bats that they have, they don't feel like waiting for their pitch. If they see something they like, they'll go swinging every single time.
Bubba Ellis takes strike one, the right fielder. Lefty against lefty matchup here against Chase Johnston. Starting pitcher. 0-1 pitch. That one high and outside, a ball one. He'll be followed by Riley Brown, who, as we touched on, along with Easton Fry, in the top 10 this year in home runs in the state. 1-1 pitch. That one just misses the inside corner and high, 2-1. One nothing Maple Mountain. Here in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-1 pitch. That's a good fastball right there, strike two. You could tell they're trying to work these hitters away here early on. Jeremy Thomas knows the scouting report.
It's true. He was waiting for that pitch. He thought it was coming on the outside, clips the left side of the plate.
A 2-2 payoff on the way. This one's in the dirt, ball three. So the count goes full here on the right fielder, Bubba Ellis.
I don't know if you noticed, Alex, he tried to spot lock that same pitch. Just on that outside. You want to get that against the lefty batters. Gives them a more difficult chance.
3-2 pitch. Runner goes. That's ball 4. And so just as Maple Mountain had runners on first and second in the top half of their inning, now Brighton has 2 runners on with nobody out, and here comes the dangerous third baseman Riley Brown. Braxton Biesinger, the second baseman, stands on deck waiting. First pitch on the way. Down low, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Liner into left. Base hit down the line. That's going to be trouble. That'll ricochet up against the wall. 1 run will score. They'll put up the stop sign. An RBI double for Riley Brown, and this game is tied. And now up steps Braxton Biesinger to the plate. So, Ty, you talked about it. They needed that run back, and they get it.
Well, not only did they get the run, now they get 2 runners in scoring position, third and second now. Not to mention the no outs that they have, so you got to think Brighton is far from done.
First pitch on the way. This one is popped up high in the air, going towards foul ground, and that one falls behind the concourse. Strike 1. Johnston comes set, and the pitch. Ground ball to short, through the hole. 1 run will score. They're going to stop the runner at third. And the Brighton Bengals have the lead. A very aggressive start here by the Bengals and head coach Mark Cleven. As up steps left fielder Cooper Scott now. As both teams have now sent a total of 11 batters to the plate here in this first inning.
Well, didn't I tell you, Alex, that this team does not want to wait for their pitch? If they see something they like, they'll put it in play immediately.
Pitch on the way, fouled right back to the top of the screen. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors in this inning for the Brighton Bengals. And like we said, both teams have sent 11 batters total to the plate. Maple Mountain has sent 6. Brighton has sent 5. That one is high outside. Ball 1. Both number 1s running into a little bit of traffic here early on. As you would expect, though, in this kind of a situation. This is where the competitive juices really start to flow, as this is chopped foul up the line. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on the left fielder, Cooper Scott. Runners at the corners. Still nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. 2-1 Brighton. 1-2 pitch. Foul. And that's going way out of UCCU ballpark. Johnston ready. The 1-2. Check throw back to first, and speeding back in is Biesinger. One and 2 the count, and the pitch. Aloha. First K of the day for Chase Johnston. And now that'll bring up the center fielder, Easton Fry, who we said, one of the most dangerous hitters in the state. 9 home runs on the season, and right behind him is his teammate, third baseman Riley Brown. First pitch to him. Good changeup. Johnston pulled a string on him there, strike one.
Good news if you're Maple Mountain, you can limit the damage that's already been done. Obviously, it's 1-2, but you can keep that really close. The double play ball is still in contention.
That one foul off to the right and out of UCCU ballpark again, so the count quickly goes to 2 strikes on the center fielder, Easton Fry. Cooper Johnson, the catcher, stands on deck. Miles Layton will follow him in the hole. Johnston looking back at first. And now he'll step off. Biesinger really playing with him out there over at first. No balls and 2 strikes to count. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2-1 in favor of Brighton. 0-2 pitch. Good waist pitch there up high around the chest there. 1-2. One, two. Check throw back to first, and is Biesinger. Just get the feeling that Mark Cleveland might have an inkling to send Biesinger here on a hit and run if they get the opportunity. 1-2 pitch. That one is in the carpet. 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And these are tough pitches for Easton Fry to lay off, too. We talk about how a dangerous hitter he is, Alex. And he wants to get at least another RBI on his resume.
There goes the runner. This one served into right. Dropping fast. That's going to be a base hit. The run will score from third. Biesinger dives in safe at third. Another run is on the board. And Brighton coming out swinging here early in game 1. This is already the 7th batter that Chase Johnston will face here in this first inning. This is the 13th total batter we have seen in this inning, as this is roasted foul up the left side. And Ty, you have to figure, Chase Johnston, they've been in good pitchers' counts, but Brighton just a little bit better right now.
Well, it's just the batting aspect of it, too. You put out your number 1 right there against one of the most firepower offenses in the state of Utah. And it feels like they're just working through this left-hander for the most part right now.
Sorry, Ty. Cooper Johnson is currently in the box. Layton stands on deck. That's a good pitch there for strike 2. Runners still at the corners, still only 1 out. The 1-2 payoff. Goodbye. Strikeouts number 72 and 73 now on the ledger for Chase Johnston, and he's got 2 out. And here comes Brighton's number 1 pitcher, who's playing first base today in the person of Miles Layton. First pitch, strike 1. Three to 1 Brighton here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. That one is chopped foul. And the count goes to 0-2.
Quickly, 2 strikes here, Alex. You would only hope that the damage can be limited right now, as you're facing that 2-run deficit with runners on the corners.
The 0-2 payoff. Goodbye. Struck out the side. On cue, Ty Wilkinson, as Chase Johnston gets strikeouts 72, 73, and 74 to set down the side, but Brighton cracks the scoreboard with 3 on 4 base hits. We head to the top of the second. Fireworks already starting here in the valley, here in the heart of the valley in Orem, Utah. Alexander Timup alongside Ty Wilkinson. for Game 1 of the 5A Baseball Championship Series. And Ty, we've already seen a bunch of fireworks here from the offenses here in the early going. Of the possible 18 batters that could be brought to the plate total in the first inning, we've seen 14 of them so far. We're going to have 7, 8, 9 lead off for Maple Mountain here to start the top of inning number 2.
And it's not quite the expectation, at least I had coming into this game, Alex. A couple of number 1 pitchers for each side. You would think the defensive perspective would be a little bit more present, but still 14 batters in the first inning alone. I know it's just the early going and nerves are probably at its high. It is a championship game for that matter, and you can feel that nerve and that desire and passion that both teams have, but you wonder if the pitchers kind of just have to get a little bit more loose now, as both have already allowed one run, or at least one run.
Strike called on the middle of the plate against the pitcher, Chase Johnston. 7, 8, 9 leading off here. Top of the second inning, 0-1 pitch. That one, did he go? Third base umpire says... All plate umpires looking down at the third base umpire. Now Jeremy Thomas calls attention, and finally, third base umpire says no. Nerves for everybody. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Seven, 8, 9, as we said. Lead off the top of the second. 1-2 pitch. Chopper to second. Picked up by Biesinger. He'll underhand it to Layton. 1 out. And if anything, Ty, I'm sure both pitchers would like a clean inning after what happened to the first inning, because as you said, I think nerves definitely the nerves can play a factor in a championship series like this.
I completely agree too, because I don't know, well, just the aspect of playing in the championship game for each pitcher and facing, batters like these. The batters I would feel like are a little bit more comfortable because it's a lot of pressure for the pitcher to deal his hand in a really good setting. But you also have to put that trust in your defense to come through for you as well.
Bennett Averett takes strike 1 down at the knees. Center fielder and then right fielder Colby Warren standing on deck will follow him. Then we'll be back to the top of the order in A.J. Thomas, the second baseman. Swing and a miss there, or strike 2. Chase Johnston already 3 strikeouts to his credit. Now Beams trying to get his second. 1-2. And that one is in the dirt, gets by the catcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on top of the second inning here from UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. 2-2 on the way. Foul. Heads up, everybody. Everyone on that Maple Mountain side had to almost duck and run for cover because they thought they were coming in that direction. Two-two pitch. And that is high and inside, so 3 balls and 2 strikes now. The count goes full on the center fielder, Bennett Averett. Three-two pitch. Whoa, that one was way inside ball 4. That looked like it got away from Beams. And that allows the first base runner of the inning to reach for Maple Mountain. So now here comes the right fielder, Colby Warren. Back to the top of the order, A.J. Thomas, the second baseman after this. Outfield just about playing straight away. Infield playing just about straight away, though the third and first baseman are in at the corners to prevent the ball getting by. And the first pitch gets by the catcher Johnson again to the backstop. And Averett's going to be able to move down to second on the passed ball. So Maple Mountain, Ty, they have come to play here early on against this Brighton team.
They really have. That's a good pass ball opportunity that you got to take over there if you're Bennett Averett in the running game as well, because now you get in scoring position. You can bridge, that lead to at least a 1-run game.
That one just misses the inside corner and a little bit high and inside there, 2-0.
And if you're Beams right now, you kind of just have to hold in your accuracy. He's got a couple of pretty far and away outside pitches. That one was a little bit close. He tried to get him to chase, but now you got to kind of start thinking to yourself you want to do like a four-seam right in the bottom corner.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Look back at second. And that's a strike. Wasn't exactly a four-seamer, Ty. I think it was a changeup, but I think you got it right.
Oh,
good spot right there.
Yeah, it's a good slider.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great comeback pitch, though, if you're Beams.
Look back at second by Beams. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, foul past Jeremy Thomas at third. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. Maple Mountain trails 3-1, but threatening to get that run right back. 2-2 pitch. That one hits him. And now, runners are on first and second, and here comes Brighton head coach Mark Cleveland out of the dugout. As it looks like he's tossing a bag of chalk over to Case Beams. Probably to keep his hands dry out there.
Yep.
Ty, we should point out, there's a lot of clouds out here. It's an overcast day, but it's not actually that humid. It's only 27% humidity right now. But
right.
It's started to go up, 34% humidity now.
Does not benefit the pitcher. We talked about that in a previous game.
No, it does not. Strike one.
You talk about it in 6A that the dryness does play a factor. That's why they're putting the riser out there on the mound for him to try to get his spot a little bit better. Because he's had a couple that have been a little bit outside pitches.
0-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. Base hit. That'll bring the run home from second. Avram will be brought home. The throw to the plate is late. And Maple Mountain does get the run back. An RBI single for A.J. Thomas, the second baseman. And Ty, how about this offensive start from Maple Mountain?
Well, there you go. Max Walker, that's his second single so far on the evening. And yeah, this is going to be a huge factor. You bridge that gap. Like I said, you make it a one-run game. There's only 1 out, too, and you still have runners on the corners, so you're knocking on the door of that aggressive at-bat.
That one is on the carpet there, ball 1. So A.J. Thomas with the RBI single through the right-hand side, through that gap at first and second. And Maple Mountain does answer back. Check throw over to first, back in is Thomas. One 0 pitch. 2-0.
And I think Beams just kind of needs to find his spot here a little bit, Alex. The nerves, you can tell, maybe are a little bit getting to him, but hopefully that riser in the back of the mound is helping him.
That one is a strike. 2 balls and a strike now, and was about to say both these teams are making these pitchers work here to start this ball game this afternoon. Kind of unexpected, especially Chase Johnston giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and Case Beams already giving up 2 runs here through 1 1/3 as he'll step off the mound. Runners on the corners. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes down to second. And it was a good throw, but the ball is dropped. Throw into third. And back in is Colby Warren. So this makes it now second and third here with 1 out. For the left fielder, Max Walker. And the powerful Cy Chrisman stands on deck. With 1 run already home here in the top of the second. And once again, Beams will step off.
And I mean, Alex, if you're Maple Mountain, you're in the driver's seat right now. A single gives you the lead with runners on third and second.
Goodbye. Same spot, same result. Second strikeout of the day here for Case Beans, and now here comes Crispin. Already 1 run home here in the top of the second inning. Maple Mountain causing some serious havoc on the base paths. First pitch on the way is down and away, ball 1. Good cutoff there by Cooper Johnson, the catcher. As Case Beams working these hitters a little more carefully now in this top half of the inning. That one is right on the corner. Good location there, strike 1. Ball 1 pitch. Did he go? Check throw down to first. Yes, he did. Runners on second and third, the 1-2 payoff. That one is in the dirt. Same spot, but different result. And so Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners, and 2 out. The 2-2 pitch. High fly ball, deep center field. Back to the wall, and it's going to die right at the warning track for a long, loud out. And that ends the inning, but Maple Mountain does scratch across another run in the top of inning number 2. And they're creating some noise here against the Brighton Bengals. It's 3-2 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. Welcome back, everyone, to the UCCU ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. The Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA Baseball Championship Series is presented all week long by the good folks at Igloo Outfitters, the coziest wearable sleeping bag that has you covered for all seasons of the year. You can get 20% off your next order from Igloo Outfitters when you use the promo code REWIND. That's IGLUOutfitters.com to get 20% off your next order from them when you purchase using the promo code REWIND. Alexander Timlip alongside Ty Wilkinson from the broadcast booth here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem. First pitch on the way from Chase Johnston to the DH. Cody Smith is high and outside for ball 1. As we get started here in the bottom of inning number 2, some major fireworks here early on. That one is a strike right over the knees right there on the outer half. One pitch. Strike 2, even though the catcher Catterson dropped what looked like a good pitch. One-two pitch on the way from Johnston. Goodbye. 4 strikeouts through the first 9 batters he's faced this afternoon for Chase Johnston. And there's 1 out.
And you want to talk about a redemption at bat there for Chase Johnston, already allowing 3 in the first and already a quick outing. Quick outing for him. We know he struggled in the first, let's see, 4 batters that he's faced. And that's a big at bat if you want to get at least a little bit momentum in your favor for your defense to get off the field and go right back to work for your offense.
Pitch on the way to Jack Saba is lined into center, dropping fast. That's going to drop right at the front of that Wolverine logo for a base hit. So a 1-out base runner here for the Brighton Bengals as Jack Saba gets his second hit of the afternoon and 2 at-bats. And here comes Bubba. Chase Johnston already 4 strikeouts and 10 batters, despite the fact he's given up 3 runs on 5 hits. That one just misses the corner there, ball 1. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Brighton. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Maple Mountain High School Golden Eagles. 1-0 pitch. That one way high and inside, 2-0. Ellis to be followed by Riley Brown. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him there, strike 1. Two 1 pitch. Line to the left side and foul. Just over the logos of all the teams of the Western Athletic Conference. Of course, sans Seattle and Grand Canyon after July 1st of next year. 2-2 pitch. That one hits the dirt, and that's going to allow the runner to move to second base. Count goes full now on the right fielder, Bubba Ellis. As Brighton trying to answer right back with a run of their own. Now they have a runner in scoring position and 1 out.
Well, this is Bubba's second full count. In his previous one, he had the walk. And you wonder if he'll try to lay off the same pitch that he got last time.
The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And there are runners once again at first and second with only 1 out.
This inning is very reminiscent of the first. As we know, a Jack Saba single, which was followed by an Ellis Bubba walk. But then Riley Brown got that RBI double to open up the scoring for Brighton.
Here he is standing at the plate again. First pitch on the way. And that one is in the carpet. Ball 1. Good block there by the catcher, Catterson. Bengals threatening to strike again here in this bottom half of the second inning. What a wild start we've already had to this one here at UCCU Ballpark. 1-0 pitch right there. Either coming up after this will be the 6A Championship Series Game 1 between Lehigh and Corner Canyon. That will start at approximately 7 p.m. Probably just before 8 o'clock. Local time, 1-1 pitch. Liner into center, that's a base hit. They will send the runner from second. The throw is dropped. Now the relay comes back in. A run is on the board. RBI double. And it is 4-2. And Ty, that top half of the order right now is causing some havoc right now for the Bengals.
It definitely is, and it's very, as I mentioned, repetitive of the first inning. Once again, started off with that Jack Saba single, followed by the Ellis Bubba walk. And then Riley Brown, he gets that double. And then once again, Brax Biesinger, he's got the same situation that he had his last at-bat with that single knock. And the RBI.
First pitch on the way is a high pop-up. That's coming into the stands. Look out. That is going to fall right into the third row over there on the right field side. 4 runs on 6 hits for Brighton already. 2 runs already on 3 base hits for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Oh, 1 pitch. That one just misses the corner. Ball 1. Runners on second and third. Still only 1 out. Ball 1 pitch. Chop foul. Cooper Scott, the left fielder, stands on deck. Easton Fry, the center fielder, will follow him. Already 6 total runs scored on 9 base hits. And we haven't even played 2 full innings yet. 1-2. Foul. That's heading over out of UCCU ballpark. Really good crowd here at UCCU ballpark. As far as we can look out of, every seat is close to full. 1-2. That one just misses as he tried to get Biesinger reaching there, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody up yet in the Maple Mountain bullpen. So Jeremy Thomas content to let his starter go for right now. The 2-2 pitch. That's probably why. 5 strikeouts now for Chase Johnston. And there's 2 gone. And up steps Cooper Scott.
And you want to wonder if that strikeout relieves the pressure off of your defense if you're Maple Mountain with Chase Johnston on the mound.
That one misses low at the knees, ball 1. Runners on second and third with 2 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. 4-2 Brighton. 1-0 pitch. Strike. This first 2 innings has lasted 55 minutes. Tells you what kind of a battle we're in for in this series between these 2 teams, number 1 and number 2 in the state. In 5A, of course, Brighton number 1, Maple Mountain number 2. One pitch. Ground ball, base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. There will be no throw coming in from center field. It is 6-2. And this offense already going to work here for the Brighton Bengals, as now we're going to have a mound visit here. And Ty, we talked about it, how this Maple Mountain pitching staff was going to be able to hold up against the Brighton Bengals. So far, I know Chase Johnston's the number 1 for Maple Mountain, but Brighton is getting some great swings against this kid early on.
And they're getting great opportunities to do so, as you already see. 3 runs for every inning that they've played so far. I mean, you got to wonder, a bases clearing single from Cooper Scott with 2 outs. I mean, think about it. If that ball goes at least one direction, obviously hit a gapper right in between third and second. But you got to wonder if that goes into shortstop and you get that ground out, it'd be a different ball game too. But now, Maple Mountain, you got to contend yourself. You got to tell Chase Johnson, hey, take a breather. We're still in this. You can rely on your offense to try to get the job done. But you can only wonder how long, as long as your defense stays out there, that this ball game is going to be at least a little bit more different for either team.
First pitch on the way is grounded to third and through the hole. Easton Fry reaches with a single. And once again, runners on first and second with 2 out. The 8th hit already in 2 2/3 innings here against Chase Johnston. First pitch on the way to Cooper Johnson, the catcher now, and this is in the dirt and inside, ball 1. So Chase Johnston with 5 strikeouts. But this Brighton offense is humming right now with 7 hits. Or with 8 hits, rather. This one is chopped weakly to third, picked up, Throw to first. In time. That ends the inning. But the Brighton Bengals do more damage on the base paths in this bottom of the second inning. They put up another 3-spot, and they lead 6-2 as we go to the third inning in Game 1 of this championship series. So far, folks, you take a look at the scoreboard out there in right center field. It is 6-2 in favor of Brighton. 3 runs each in the first and second innings. 2 runs each for the Eagles in the first and second innings. Alexander Timup alongside my broadcast partner Ty Wilkinson from the heart of the valley here in Orem, Utah at UCCU Ballpark for Game 1 of this 5A championship series. And Ty, I turned to you after that when we went into that commercial break and asked if you weren't entertained. If you like offense, you're getting it right now. I mean, 8 runs on 11 total base hits so far.
This is incredible. I mean, just the showing in the offensive perspective from both teams, it's just a firecracker to start. And I mean, as you can see on the scoreboard, 2 innings, everyone has scored at least once. And I mean, you want to talk about an offensive duel so far. I want to see Maple Mountain answer right here, because this is super entertaining to watch, these 2 teams, especially against the aces for both sides too.
And you also have to think about this. This is the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state, Ty. So for good reason, these 2 teams are going at each other punch for punch, but it's the Bengals who are landing the bigger haymakers right now, you have to say, as the first pitch to Logan Billinghast misses outside, ball 1. And this despite the fact that Maple Mountain starter Chase Johnston has 5 strikeouts in this game. But as you said, Ty, he's already faced 16 batters. 2-0 pitch coming. 3-0. You've had base runners every inning. Will that continue? Yes, it will. 4-pitch walk issued by Case Beams, and so, Ty, we have another base runner.
Well, there you go. I mean, once again, it feels like the Aces just need to get a little bit more comfortable here, Alex, because these batters, they're just working through the lines at this point. I mean, even for both sides, I know the score says 2-6, but
it feels like a lot closer than 6-2 right now.
You're definitely telling me.
It feels like we're one swing away from a closer game right now. Maybe Sawyer Leifson, the shortstop, can do that for us. Or maybe he'll get hit with a pitch, which he does.
Well, there you go. First and second there, Alex. How about that?
So we haven't had any random roof ringers yet, but we are getting some ringers on offense on both sides. So here comes the catcher, Brendan Catterson, again, and there's already a runner at scoring position. Boy, this is fun. That one is high and inside around the noggin. Ball 1. And still no movement out of the bullpens as of yet on both sides. Runners at first and second, and the pitch. This one is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So Case Beams yet to throw a strike here in this inning, and now here comes the captain, Brax Biesinger, in from second base to have a bit of a chat with his pitcher. Braxton Biesinger, who got the first run of the season against Timpanogos with that RBI double back on March 14th. 2-0 pitch. That one just misses the corner. And again, the count is 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is interesting, Alex. He's thrown 8 straight balls. Obviously, the hit by a pitch causes runner to go to first, but now it's a 3-0 count.
3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, strike 1. That's the first strike of the inning thrown in 10 pitches by Case Beams. He threw a 4-pitch walk, hit a batter, and now is in danger of issuing a second straight walk and loading the bags full of Bengals. 3-1. That one is a good pitch right there for strike 2. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And it is the right call, too. I know we're right behind the batter's box, Alex.
That one looked like it just crossed over the kneecaps from our angle. 3-2. Ball 4. And the bags are full of burgundy shirts. And now we're going to have a pinch runner out there, replacing the catcher, Catterson at first. That is Cole Erickson, who will take his place, number 3. So the bases are loaded, nobody out. And here comes the pitcher, Chase Johnston. And boy, wouldn't it be something if he can add something to this offense. A golden opportunity, no pun intended here, for Maple Mountain. First pitch, ball 1. Seems like the theme of this inning.
And Chase really wants to make an impact too, especially backing up his offense. And they need to get back. They need 4 runs here.
Good pitch of the knees there, strike 1. Can Case Beams find a way out of this monstrous pickle he's got himself in? First pitch, next pitch, 2 balls and a strike. Working with extreme caution here is Case Beams. Can the Golden Eagles push across 1 or more runs here in this inning to get back in this? 2-1. Foul. That goes over the top of the Maple Mountain dugout, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we know Beams has already been in this position before, Alex. We had that bases-loaded sac fly by Sawyer Lifeson already. But, I mean, 0 outs. You can only wonder what's going to be in contention here.
2-2 pitch on the way. Does not get the call. Full count. Now things get really interesting. Beams is ready. Johnston is ready. The full count pitch. Ball 4 again. Runners advance. A run comes in. And the offensive fireworks continue. It is 6-3. As now we're going to have a staff meeting here on the mound. Gosh, is this fun.
I'm having a great time. Are you kidding?
This is, I mean.
How about primitive work from each side of the offense?
Is. I mean, even we got Vince Francis smiling over here in the press box. We're all having a good time here. This is probably, feel bad for the fans of both teams, though. I mean, this just must be
stressful.
Must be stressful for them. So bases still loaded, nobody out. And here comes the first pitch, and that one is a strike. To the center fielder, Bennett Averett, the 8th man in the order. Colby Warren is on deck, and then he'll be back to the top of the order, A.J. Thomas after that. Eagles and Bengals have scored in every inning of this game so far. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Good pull of the string on the change.
Yeah, got him to chase the... It looks like the slider down and away. I know the glove didn't pop, Alex, so I'm not completely sure about that pitch, but I'm pretty sure that was a slider on the outside. Got him to chase on the off-speeder.
0-2 pitch, payoff. Good waste there on the fastball, ball 1. 3 runs have already scored for the Eagles. 6 already have scored for the Bengals. Again, we have had runs in every single inning. 1-2. Got him. He went around. And that is a big-time strikeout for Case Beams, his 3rd of the day. And now here comes the number 9 man, Colby Warren. One out here in the top half of the 3rd inning. 1 run already home, and the bases are still full of Golden Eagles. First pitch on the way. Outside again, ball 1. And you could tell, Ty, Case Beams and Chase Johnston working these batters very, very carefully.
It's very true. You can see Case Beams, he's trying to go outside right now because he wants to get these outside pitches and not give any of the batters a chance, and then obviously he'll come right back and then get it into the strike zone. But you can tell he's working these right-handed batters and trying to get the pitches on the outside so they don't get a chance, but he wants to get them to chase at him.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Example A.
Yeah, right on cue, Ty. He's had them fooled with that slider down and away so far. Can he get it one more time? One, two. Foul. And that hits onto the roof. So, for the first time in this series, we're going to have the Any Hour Services random roof ringer where Ty digs up from his mounds and notes factoids about the game of baseball. 1-2 pitch coming with 1 out. Here it is. High, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one up around the nose.
We're definitely going to wait till after this inning to do it, Alex. I'll say that.
Yes, we are definitely going to have to wait, folks. Here's the pitch. High and inside, full count again. Full count on the way. Got him. And there's 2 out. And that brings up A.J. Thomas, the second baseman. Maple Mountain has scored single runs in the first, second, and this inning. Bengals have put up 3 in the first and second innings. First pitch on the way to Thomas is just a little bit below the knees there, ball 1. Want to know the count. Thomas at the plate and the pitch. High pop-up. That's coming back towards us. Look out. That's going to fall in the second or third row of fans over here down in front of us. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike now on the leadoff man in the order, A.J. Thomas. As that ball landed in a bunch of the fans over here, and one of the kids came up with one of the foul balls, and another one came up with another one of them.
The game of baseball.
1-1 pitch. Chopper to the third base side. Tough hop. And they are going to get the runner at third. What a play. What a play by Riley Brown over there at third base. Getting there just in the nick of time. As the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles lead the bases loaded, but they do scratch across yet another run. The Brighton defense holding up strong in this entertaining start to Game 1. Safe to say, if you like offense, you're going to love this game. Brighton leads 6-3 over Maple Mountain. Alexander Tulip and Ty Wilkinson here at UCCU Ballpark from the heart of the valley here in Orem, Utah. A ball hit the roof last half inning. And that means it queued up our Any Hour Services random factoid about the game of baseball. We call it our random roof ringer. Okay, Ty, quickly here, what do you got?
Well, we know that numbers on jerseys have been around for such a long time. I feel like it dates back to a certain time. So I want you to guess, Alex, how long the tradition of assigning numbers to players have started in Major League Baseball.
Well, I know that there were numbers during the Black Sox scandal. I know that for sure. I know that there were at least as far back as that. I'm going to say probably back towards, 1906 or 1907, somewhere around there?
You
maybe?
are right on the money, Alex. It's 1907.
Really?
There
I got it right on the money. That's the first one on the money I've got all week. How about that? Miles Layton now stands in. He fouls the first. He takes strike 1 and then fouls the second pitch he sees back to the screen. I guess I do know things about the game of baseball after all.
Well, there you go.
0-2 pitch. Good waste there. Chase Johnston already 5 strikeouts to his ledger, and Case Beams has 4 strikeouts to his ledger. They both run into some serious traffic, though, here in the early going as Leighton fouls this one. That was a laser beam that almost came right off the stanchion over here. One-two pitch. 2-2. Miles Leighton, who got the win on Wednesday night in that epic walk-off win over Springville, where Jack Saba, the shortstop, hit that 3-1 walk-off home run in the left field. 2-2 pitch is outside and high, ball 3. So Leighton's worked the count full from an 0-2 count. As we try to get another base runner here. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, high and inside. And so once again, for the 6th consecutive half inning we have, or the 9th consecutive half, I think it's a 6. Yes, it's 6th consecutive half inning, we now have a runner on base. That's crazy.
Yeah, these stats.
That is crazy.
These stats I'm writing out, they're unbelievable right now.
You may run out of room on your score sheet over here. This one is swung on and missed by Cody Smith for strike 1. So no one has had a 1-2-3 inning, and no one has had a scoreless inning yet.
Not to mention the aces are on the mound right now.
Yes, and not to mention number 1s are on the mound as well, which makes it even more unbelievable. As this one ricochets off the stanchion, look out, down the right field line. We talked about earlier, Ty, that one of the foul balls came almost close to hitting the stanchion. That time that one did, and ricocheted right off of it down towards the fans. Almost landed in somebody's nachos. 0-2 pitch. Trying to get it a chase of that one, but no dice. One-two pitch. Aloha. Make it 6 strikeouts now for Chase Johnston, and there's one gone. And Ty, you also brought up something interesting to me earlier. Of the 7 outs now that Chase Johnston has recorded, 6 have been by the strikeout. Only 1 has been a defensive out.
Yep, and it was Cooper Johnson, that ground out in the 2nd inning. That was the only defensive, I should say infield out that has been recorded thus far tonight.
Oh, that one is skied in the air to left. And that one is a liner right at the left fielder.
Well, right on cue, there's number 2.
That's Max Walker. And there's quickly 2 gone. And Ty, I have to say it, I only make that noise because you were right on the money again.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite Tony Romo, but that was close.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Just comes with the experience.
I guess so. First pitch on the way to the number 2 man of the order. Bubba Ellis is up high for ball 1. Runner on first with 2 out as Chase Johnston tries to put up the first donut inning of the afternoon. For both sides. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pull on the string there. Ellis didn't look like he anticipated that one at all. 1-1 pitch. That one right at the knees. So gets him out in front, comes right back over with the fastball. Now has him 1-2 with 2 out. Going for his 7th strikeout of the afternoon already. The payoff on the way. Goodbye. 7 strikeouts for Chase Johnston. He is putting in the work to keep this Maple Mountain team in it. Our first scoreless inning of the afternoon. It remains 6-3 as we head to the top of the 4th. Towards the Wasatch front as we come back inside of the UCCU ballpark here on the campus of Utah Valley University here in the heart of the Valley in Orem, Utah. We'd like to remind you the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the UHSAA playoffs will continue tomorrow. It's Championship Saturday. Game 2 of these 2 series will be tomorrow, and if necessary, if there is a Game 3, we'll have them for you as well. Don't forget that Don't miss Championship Saturday tomorrow on the Rewind Sports Network. And if anything has taught us about Championship Saturday tomorrow, this is going to be one heck of a championship lineup. First pitch on the way from Case Beams is down low, ball one. I want to remind you, Dane Stewart and Courtney Keller will be here tomorrow doing the 5A championship, game 1 and game 2 and 3 if necessary. Ty and I will be doing the 6A games 2 and 3. As Case Beams starts out this half of the inning with going high and inside both times, 2-0. We've had a base runner every inning, but last half inning was the first one where we did not have a score. 2-0 pitch is a good one right in there for a strike. To the left fielder, Max Walker. Cy Crispin now stands on deck, followed by the designated hitter, Logan Billinghast. 2-1 pitch. Ooh, that one hit him. Make it all 8 now half innings we've had a base runner. And here comes Cy. You wonder, when will the Maple Mountain Eagles begin to show their muscle? They've done a lot of good small ball work here so far, scratching across a couple of runs. But they could really use a big dinger here out of their first baseman. First pitch on the way to Crispin. It is high and inside, ball one.
Well, right now they're playing subtle approach baseball. As you see on the scoreboard, one scratch off for every inning that they've had in the at-bat. You're right, though. Some fireworks would be pretty nice.
1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And you can tell Beams is really working these hitters very carefully. But these Maple Mountain hitters very patient here early on. Here in the top half of the 4th inning. 2-0 pitch coming on the way. High fly ball into center field. Coming over is the center fielder, Fry. He'll squeeze it on the right-hand side of that UVU Wolverine head logo. And there's one out.
Well, shout out to the outfielders. Those fly balls are going to be pretty difficult with the overcast skies today. The ball really blends in whenever you get a deep fly out.
And they also are going to have trouble with the wind as well, because the wind, other than from what we had at BYU, is not coming coming from behind them. It's going with them coming into the infield. So they may have a little bit of an assist there from the wind as well, trying to knock down those fly balls. Unless one is singed and really has a chance to carry out of here. 1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0. Leifson, Catterson, Johnston are the next 3 hitters after Logan Billinghast, the DH, comes up. Runner on first, 1 out. Tying run is on deck. Pitch. 3-0. So once again, Beams in danger of losing a base runner here. Let's see what Billinghast has in his back pocket. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, strike called. Three-one pitch. Strike 2. So from 3-0, it goes to full.
I was going to say, how about those 2 comeback pitches? Get Logan to stare at those as they come right down the pipe.
Runner at first, 1 out, and here comes the 3-2. Runner goes on ball 4. Throw nearly gets into center field, but good snag there by Jack Saba. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. And a free pass issued to Logan Billinghast.
That's his 3rd walk, too, on his resume.
And here comes Braxton Biesinger again out to the mound to have a chat with his pitcher. So here comes the shortstop, Sawyer Leifson. He represents the tying run. I know that sounds hard to believe, but with how offensive this game is, every run's going to matter here from here on out. What a battle we've had here in game one so far. That one is right at the knee, strike one. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Eagles. They've scored in all 3 innings, all single runs. 0-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 1. Catterson, Johnston, Averett, the next 3 batters after the shortstop Leifson here. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third, foul. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big moment here in this game, as every moment has seemed to be big in this game here early on in game 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner in scoring position and the tying run at the plate here in the top half of the 4th inning. 1-2. Chopper to the right side. Runners will move up 90 feet. Step on the bag does Leighton for the force out. And there are now 2 gone here in the top of the 4th with 2 out. And here comes Brendan Catterson, the catcher.
Well, that out is as good as a sacrifice, advancing the runners. Because now 1 swing can completely change this ball game to a 1-run game.
Maple Mountain has left 7 runners on base. They left the bases loaded in the 3rd. Can they finally convert? That one is up high, ball 1. Again, Maple Mountain has scored single runs in each of the 1st through 3rd innings. 1-0 pitch. That one just misses high and inside. There are 2 balls and no strikes. 2 out here in the top half of the 4th inning in game 1 of the 5A Championship Series. 2-0 pitch is in the dirt, and once again, 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch. That's a strike. Three-one on the way. Fly ball, foul. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Case Beams 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
He's had a couple of times where he's had to come back from 3-0 and he gets 2 straight strikes. But he's pretty 50-50 when it comes down to this scenario.
3-2. Ball 4. And for the 2nd consecutive inning, the bases are loaded. And out pops Mark Cleven out of the dugout. And I believe we may have a pitching change here. We'll see in just a second. It may be just a mound visit here. The Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the UHSAA baseball playoffs are presented by Heidemann and Associates, just like how Mark Cleven and Jeremy Thomas and Jeff Ure and Eric Madsen have to assemble a winning team together to get the job done on the mound. Heidemann and Associates does the same for you, the client. Call them today, 801-754-4240, or contact them online at utah.law for your free consultation courtesy of the Rewind Sports Network. And on that cue, we are indeed going to have a pitching change here in this one. Case Beams goes 3 2/3 innings. He gives up 3 runs on 3 base hits. And he will be responsible for all 3 runners as he exits the field. We'll have a pitching change. We'll tell you who it is when we come back, as Maple Mountain got the bases loaded again, threatening to strike. Wilder Strong is the new pitcher here for Brighton to kick off proceedings here. He'll try to get the last out and avoid Maple Mountain scoring any runs. Alexander Tumip alongside Ty Wilkinson. Well, we just talked about it. Maple Mountain starter is now the only one left standing despite giving up 6 runs. It's going to be up to the Brighton bullpen to go the rest of the way. And Ty, I have to think, if you're Jeremy Thomas, you've got Brighton right where you want him right now.
I would completely agree, Alex. Brighton, we mentioned, obviously known for their offense, as we can see on the scoreboard. But, this is the situation you want to be in because Brighton is not 100% known for their pitching, at least as much as, Maple Mountain would be. But you are very correct, Alex. This is the 3rd inning in the 4 that they've played where the bases have been loaded, and this is the time to execute it, at least in my personal opinion. As you know, they've left and stranded quite a few runners. They've, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. So you do not want to strand any more runners in the opportunities you've been given.
Especially in a game where offense is going to be the story of this series. Every run is going to be crucial. So here comes the pitcher, Chase Johnston. Know where to put him. 2 out. 6-3. And that one gets by. To the backstop. Go to the plate. Not in time. Wild pitch, and it is 6-4. And the runners move up 90 feet.
The tying run is now on second. How about that? Quick change of pace.
And Chase Johnston now represents the go-ahead run. First baseman umpire here calls time as a ball came out from the bullpen. We finally do have movement in both bullpens, by the way. There's a righty warming up in the Maple Mountain bullpen. There's also a righty warming up in the Brighton bullpen. 6-4. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. That one very nearly could have gotten to the backstop again.
Well, did we mention earlier in the game that humidity plays a factor into these pitchers? You can kind of see it kind of starting to wear a little bit. Back-to-back left-handed batters that he's had to face.
2-1 pitch, almost 2-0 pitch, almost hit him, and now the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Ty just brought it up. The weather conditions here in Orem was 64 degrees with 31% humidity, so the humidity is going up a bit. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way. No call. Ball 4. Bags full again. So the tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is now at first. And here comes Bennett Averett, the center fielder. 6-4. We are 1 swing away from a tie game, though, you have to say.
And it is also the 4th consecutive inning, by the way, that Maple Mountain has scored a run.
Yes. First pitch on the way is down and in, ball 1. So a 4-pitch walk issued by Wilder Strong, and now in danger of putting another runner on. Next pitch. That misses inside. Caden Giles, by the way, has come in as a pinch runner at first base for the pitcher, Chase Johnston. (2-0 pitch. Bunt shown. Pulls it back. 3-0.
And Alex Strong just needs to find his pitch, it feels like. He's gone outside a couple of times. He tried to bring it back in on the lefty, Bennett Averett, but it didn't work out for him. And so now he just needs to find his pinpoint accuracy. You wonder if he tries to go change up here.
The 3-0 pitch. That one is a good one in there for strike 1. Just caught it up for the corner.
That's the corner you need to paint, too. It's a huge pitch.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Wilder Strong trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. The payoff coming. Ball 4. 6-5. Here comes Colby Warren now. First time that Maple Mountain has scored multiple runs here in this game, and now the go-ahead run is on second base. 2 out. The pitch. That one is right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. A much-needed strike there for Wilder Strong. Oh, 1 pitch. Ground ball to third. They'll tag the runner going to third. And that ends the inning. 2 runs come across to score. Both issued via the walk. It's now a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back, everyone, to the UCCU ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. We remind you that coming up at the end of this game, Ty and I will be selecting our choice for the Heinemann & Associates player of the game. Maybe a tough choice right now with all this offense that's going on, Ty. 11 total runs have scored in just 3.5 innings. And Maple Mountain, we were counting up the walks. They have drawn 8 walks against this Brighton pitching staff.
And they're just waiting for their pitch, too, Alex. Right now, it's a team effort. I know we talk about the player of the game, but right now, both teams being the attributing factor into the score and the way that it is, because when you're batting around as well as they're doing right now, I mean, it's going to be really difficult, I feel like, to find our player of the game just because it feels like everyone is doing their job right now.
It just goes to show you how good these two teams are and why they are number 1 and number 2 in the state where they are right now. As the first pitch from Johnston to Riley Brown is high and inside, ball 1. Bottom of the 4th inning here at UCCU ballpark. 1-0 pitch is hit foul over the top of the roof and out of play onto the concourse.
The craziest thing, Alex, is in the previous inning, they got no hits, but they still managed to get 2 runs. You remember that pass ball and the bases loaded walk.
That's right. On 1 pitch. Down there, strike 2. Good pitch from Chase Johnston. Going for his 8th strikeout of the day. He's got 7 already. Here it comes. Ground ball, foul. Past Mark Cleveland over there at third. There was movement up in the bullpen earlier, both sides. Quiet to begin this bottom half of the 4th. In a 1-run game. 1-2 pitch. Good waist tie it outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Fly ball jammed him in the air. And coming over is the second baseman, A.J. Thomas, to make the catch for the first out. And Ty, that's just the second defensive or third defensive out that Maple Mountain's had.
Right, excluding, the strikeouts that's happening on the mound right now by Chase Johnson. But still, this is I'm having fun. I don't know about you, Alex.
Yeah,
this is a great game.
This is stressful for the fans, but this is fun for us broadcasters. Here's Brax Biesinger now. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Good pitch on the hands right there. A 1. Same spot, but a little bit low and inside this time. 5 runs, 3 base hits, no errors for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The run they scored on the walk and the pass ball, both were unearned runs. But their runs all the same as that one misses the outside corner and away, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Foul. 2-2. No one has had a 1-2-3 inning yet, though we have had one scoreless inning. That was in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Other than that, we've had runs in every single inning. And base runners in every single inning. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Left it up high, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Foul. Sixth pitch of the AB coming up here.
Well, this is a big at-bat for either side for pitching's perspective as well as batting, especially with one out. This could be a quick one.
3-2 pitch. Fly ball left field. Going back toward the wall and dropping it is the left fielder. Throw comes back in quickly. And Biesinger gets into second base. They'll officially score that as a base hit. And credit that as a double for the second baseman, Brax Biesinger. As Max Walker couldn't quite come up with the squeeze out there in left field.
And did we talk about the sky, the overcast playing a factor? That may have just been the case right there. Although that was a very difficult one to track. You had to track that backwards pretty much the entire duration out there in left field.
Here comes Cooper Scott now, the left fielder. First pitch on the way to him. Down low, ball one. One-0 pitch. That one misses again. Two-0 pitch. This one outside and way and low. 3 balls and no strikes now to the fifth man of the order, Cooper Scott, following the one-out double by Brax Biesinger as the Bengals try to strike back. 3-0 pitch on the way. That's a liner into center and a base hit. They're going to send the runner from second. Here comes the throw. It's on line. Will it be in time? No. RBI double, and the Bengals do get that run right back. The 10th hit already against Chase Johnston this afternoon. And the 12th total run we have had. And we're still in just the 4th inning.
Right. That's... I hope the people picked the over for this game, Alex.
Oh, I'm sure people must have picked the over. Especially with all the runs that Brighton can score in a hurry. Check throw back to second, and Johnston just steps off the mound trying to play some head games over there with Cooper Scott, the left fielder.
Also, shout out Cooper Scott. That's his 3rd RBI going in. He had that base knock. It was only just a single, but it had 2 runs to it.
Whoa, this one is popped way high up in the air. Everybody look out. Who's got this one? Catcher Catterson does. 2 gone. Tough play for him back there, too. But Catterson able to ditch the mask and get the squeeze. So up steps his opposite now, Cooper Johnson. Seven runs, 10 hits for the Brighton Bengals. First pitch on the way is a strike. Right down the middle of the plate. Runner on second, one already home on the RBI double by Cooper Scott. Oh, 1 pitch. Just misses the corner. Catcher had to snatch that back a few inches to his left. One pitch. And the carpet again picked up off the rug. 2 balls and a strike. Cooper Scott stands on second base. 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-5 in favor of the Brighton Bengals. 2-1 pitch. That's a beauty, but not able to get the call. Maybe just a little bit off the letters right there. 3 balls and a strike now to the catcher, Cooper Johnson. Three-one. Fly ball, center field, going back toward the wall. That one is going to get down. That one's going to be big-time trouble. Runner will go for third. Here comes the throw. RBI triple. It's 8-5. How about this response from the Brighton Bengals? RBI double by Scott, and now an RBI triple by Cooper Johnson.
Well, that's as good as a base hit as ever, too, Alex. He struck out in the first, had a ground out with 2 runners on, and then now he gets his first RBI on the night for his redemption pitch, I'll call it.
And that thing was hammered out to straightaway center field. That looked like it had a chance to clear the wall and possibly hop over the fence for a ground rule double, but it stayed in the park, hopped high off the lower part of the fence, and ended up being enough for Johnson to trundle over to third and get that triple. So the first pitch on the way to Miles Layton is at the knees for a strike. 2 runs already home here in this bottom half of the 4th inning on the RBI double by Cooper Scott and the triple by Cooper Johnson. That one bounces up to the plate. Home plate umpire had to almost duck out of the way right there. It bounced so high off the carpet up there. One pitch. This is high. 2-1. 3 2/3 innings for Chase Johnston. 8 runs on 11 base hits given up. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 7 strikeouts for Johnston today. Trying to go for his 8th one right here. That'll set the side down. 2-2 pitch. Goodbye. 8 Ks on the day for Chase Johnston, but 2-run score, courtesy of RBIs by Cooper Scott and Cooper Johnson. We head down to the top of the 5th inning. Brighton leads 8-5 in Game 1 of the 5A Finals. Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA Championship Series is presented by Igloo Outfitters, the coziest, comfortable, wearable sleeping bag that has you covered for all seasons of the year. You can get 20% off your next order with Igloo Outfitters when you mention Rewind through the promo code REWIND. That's mention promo code REWIND for 20% off your next order from IGLUOutfitters.com. Alexander Tillip alongside Ty Wilkinson for Game 1 of the UHSAA Championship Series. From the heart of the valley here in Orem, Utah on this overcast 64-degree afternoon here at UCCU Ballpark. Ty, this has just been a heavyweight prize fight so far. I mean, both sides are just not willing to give an inch in this game.
It's very true. I mean, I don't think the fans at home, I guess, realize that Maple Mountain went through the order, at least in the last previous inning, but they had no hits in that entire inning, but still managed to get 2 runs. I mentioned that earlier in last inning, but still, yeah, no one is willing to give up, it feels like, just in the offensive perspective right now.
Wilder Strong faces off against A.J. Thomas. 1-2-3 top of the order to face off against the right-handed reliever, taking over for the pitcher Case Beams, who went 3 2/3 innings. Good pitch there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Ty mentioned, Eagles scored twice, but no hits in that last half of the fourth inning. And what was more amazing was, as Ty said, is they batted through their entire order, 9 in all, and got 2 runs out of it. 2-1 pitch. That one is right there for a strike. 2-2.
Looks like Strong is finding his placement at least a little bit better. I noticed he used the riser right at the beginning of the inning, so maybe that might play a factor into his pitching.
That one misses the outside corner, low and away, 3-2. So count goes full here on the leadoff man, A.J. Thomas. Three-two. Ball 4. That's the 9th walk issued by this Brighton pitching staff. And we once again have a base runner. As up steps the left fielder, Max Walker, to the plate.
Yeah, that'll make it 9 innings in a row with a base runner. Pretty sure all of them have been leadoffs, too.
Yeah, that's insane. First pitch on the way is a beauty of an off-speeder right in there for a strike. To the number 2 man in the order, Max Walker. Cy Chrisman, Logan Billinghast next in the order for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Oh, 1 pitch. That one looked like it hit him, and it did. So another free pass issued by this Brighton pitching staff, and now, again, runners on first and second, nobody out. And here comes Cy Chrisman again. And he represents the tying run. Every out, every pitch, every batter, and everything in this game seems to be hanging on by a thread.
Everything but defense.
Yeah.
Right now.
I mean, this is great. Seeing a couple of heavyweight boxers going at it here, and this is just game 1. First pitch on the way from Strong is in the dirt. Ball 1. Throw down to second. They will not get the runner. As A.J. Thomas slid back in there well ahead of the throw there by Johnson to Biesinger. Still very light out here. Coaching 6 o'clock local time, and we're just starting the 5th inning. This one, once again in the dirt. That's going to get by. And that's going to be another pass ball as Thomas turned for third. Thought about it, but thought better of it. And so, Ty, once again, runners on second and third.
Right, and it's a good time to mention, Alex, that every single inning that Maple Mountain has been in, as I mentioned, first inning, 2 runners stranded. Second, 2 runners stranded. Third, bases loaded. Fourth, bases loaded. This is not a situation you want to get in where you keep stranding runners consistent in consecutive innings. But I think you can put the trust in the top of your order and getting down into the heart of your lineup. You just need to wait for your pitches to come.
And out pops Mark Cleveland out of the dugout before that happens. And we're going to have an intentional walk issue to Cy Chrisman. Well, of course, being their best hitter, and it's an intentional walk, obviously, Ty, as you can tell, the crowd didn't like that.
Wow.
For Maple Mountain, but we are going to have a pitching change nonetheless. Oh, the drama. You got to love it. We'll be back over to this word from Anytime Services. Welcome back to UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Alexander Tim up alongside Ty Wilkinson. Well, Ty, this is a big spot here. Grayson Beckstead going to take over for Wilder Strong, another righty, to try and help relieve the pressure on a Brighton team that has issued 10 walks, 9 by base on balls, 1 intentional base on balls to Cy Chrisman, and now in a 8-5 game tie, Ty runs on first, go-ahead runs at the plate. This is a big moment here for this Brighton pitching staff.
Boy, oh boy, is it ever, Alex, because I don't know if I were to tell you, but 11 hits against 3 hits, you wouldn't think the game would be as close as it is. That's because the walks are not shown on the scoreboard. As you mentioned, 10 have been given up in the base runners, but that intentional walk, that's a risky move because that puts the leading run into the bat now of Sawyer Leifson. Because I'm not sure that's a very interesting idea, but as history has shown, they've had back-to-back innings where they've stranded with the bases loaded.
Yep, Mark Cleveland gonna trust his bullpen to come through here for them.
But there's no outs.
Yeah, there's no outs. That's the biggest factor of all this. There is nobody out. As Cody Smith, the DH, steps up to the plate. Boy, oh boy. Here we go. Got another man warming up in the bullpen right now for Brighton. Here we go. Tying run at first, and the pitch. Good off-speeder for a strike. My goodness, how clutch is that pitch right there, the first pitch that is seen.
That came with 2 days shipping and handling to home, Alex. Holy cow.
Wow.
What a pitch.
What a call there, too. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. How big would it be for Grayson Beckstead to come out of the bullpen and get a strikeout on the first man he faces on 3 pitches? The payoff on the way. Down low in the dirt. Good waste there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Brighton has left the bases loaded the last 2 innings. They left 2 runners on base in the first and second innings. And in a 3-run game, it has proven to be costly, at least thus far, as Beckstead will once again step off the mound. Can only imagine the drama that's waiting for us in the 6A Championship Series opener later tonight. 1-2 pitch. High fly ball, left center field. Coming over is the left fielder. Is that going to be deep enough? They're going to send the runner, or at least try to. But a great throw from Cooper Scott. They will not send the runner, and there's 1 gone. And here comes Sawyer Leifson now. I said that was Cody Smith up there. That was actually Logan Billinghast that was up there last for Maple Mountain. My apologies. Sawyer Leifson now. 1 out here. Top of the 5th. Bases loaded. Strike. What a pitch. A tying run at first base. Go-ahead run in the person of Leifson at the plate. Oh, 1 pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block there from the catcher, Cooper Johnson. On 1 pitch. This one again is low, blocked by the catcher Johnson. Eagles have scored in every inning so far. Bengals have scored in all but the 3rd inning. Eagles had single runs in the 1st through 3rd inning, scratched across 2 on a pass ball and a walk in the 4th. 2-1 pitch on the way. High fly ball. This isn't going to be very far, though. In the air to right. That throw is caught. They will once again not send the runner. And there's 2 out. Some clutch defense out there in right field by Bubba Ellis. Equal the same with left fielder Cooper Scott.
And now those are 2 big outs coming from your reliever right now, it feels like, for the
bullpen battle that Brighton's going to have to face the rest of the way.
2 outs now. And here's Brendan Catterson, the catcher. The pitch. That is inside, low, ball 1.
Man, what an inning this would be. Especially starting off with 2 outs and starting off with 0 outs and the bases loaded.
1-0 pitch. 2-0. You can feel the tension mounting inside of UCCU ballpark from both sets of fans. In front of a full house here in Orem. Eight to 5, tying run on first. Go ahead run standing at the plate. 2-0 pitch. Strike 1. That has been Beckstead's bread and butter pitch so far. Two one. 3 balls and a strike. A pitch away now from walking home another run. It will be the 11th issue by this Brighton pitching staff this afternoon. The 3-1. Ball 4. And the bases remain loaded as the tying run now moves into scoring position, as the go-ahead run now moves into scoring position. Catterson will be replaced by a pitch runner. And now up steps the starting pitcher, Chase Johnston. First pitch. Outside low. 11 walks have been issued by the Brighton pitching staff. That's the reason why this game is a lot closer than it is right now on the scoreboard. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Insane to believe that Maple Mountain is doing this with just 3 total hits. Two-0 pitch. 3-0. And out comes Cooper Johnson to have a chat with Beckstead. Tying run is at second base in scoring position. The potential go-ahead run is on first. The 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, strike 1. Three one. Strike 2. The 3-2. Liner to left, foul into the bullpen. 6th pitch of the AB coming up.
It's a great hack by the pitcher to stay alive.
Three, two. Ball four. The tying run is now at third. The go-ahead run is now in scoring position, and here comes the center fielder, Bennett Averett. That's 12 walks issued by Brighton. First pitch, strike one. What a game this has been already. Oh, 1 pitch. In the dirt. Simply amazing time what we're watching right now with this Maple Mountain team. Just 3 hits in the ball game. Two, 1 pitch. Ball 3 again. A pitch away from tying the game. Three, 1. Base hit to right center. One run will score. Here comes the go-ahead run. Maple Mountain has the lead for the first time today. Just the 4th hit of this game for the Golden Eagles, and they have the lead. Ty, you just knew this was coming.
You could only figure. Alex, that is the first RBI that they've had that's been off the bat since the 2nd inning. Everything else has been walks.
1-0 pitch. Strike one. Four runs have scored in this inning on just one base hit, but it was the one that mattered. 1-1 pitch to Kobe Warren is fouled in the air. Off to the right side. 1-2. Can the Bengals finally get out of this inning? No, not quite yet. 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 runners on. Payoff pitch on the way. Liner to left. Foul. Just out in front of that. That looked fair from our angle. Whew.
Hold your breath, folks.
I mean, everyone was holding their breath. I mean, us here included in the broadcast booth. Here comes the payoff once more. This one lifted down the line and left and into the bullpen. 6th pitch of the AB coming up here against Colby Warren. Two-two pitch coming. Payoff on the way. Liner to left. That one is fair. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. 2-run score. 11-8. What a turnaround. You get the feeling, though, we are just starting with the fireworks. First pitch on the way to A.J. Thomas is down low. Runner goes to second. A good pick over there at second base by Biesinger as Warren steals second base. And Ty, all this has come with 2 outs.
It really has. Reminder again, he had Colby Warren. He had that opportunity right down the foul line, but he put it into play the second time around.
Auto pitch, strike right at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Alex, this is also the second consecutive inning that Maple Mountain has batted around as we're getting close.
One pitch. That one gets away for the catcher. Where is it? And that's going to move the runner to third. Six runs have scored on just 2 base hits. This is insane. 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. And there's nobody up in the Brighton bullpen right now for Mark Cleven. And just a note, folks, it's almost 6:30, and we're still in the top of the 5th. 3-1 pitch. That was a strike right at the knees. Full count. 6 runs have scored on 2 base hits. This is the 9th man to bat in the order in this inning for Maple Mountain. Can the Brighton Bengals finally get out of this inning? The full count pitch. Liner into left, heading towards left field, and the inning is over. Six runs, just 2 base hits. This game has been completely flipped on its head. Welcome back to UCCU Ballpark. Ty Wilkinson, Alexander Tumulip. It's 11-8 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning, but we got to give you these line scores, folks. Brighton Bengals, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Maple Mountain, 11 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Ty, this game is just insane.
This game is a little bit of everything. I mean,
what more can you say about it?
All I can do is laugh. I just don't know what I'm watching.
I mean, okay, so we've had what, 12 or 13 walks issued by Brighton, but Ty, let's put this into perspective here. Maple Mountain really is in front of this game because of the fact the Brighton pitching staff has really tried their hardest, but Maple Mountain has just done an amazing job of waiting out these Brighton pitchers today. We are seeing some elite, and I mean elite level plate discipline from them.
It's just incredible, Alex, because not only did you have those back-to-back innings where you kept the bases loaded and only had 3 runs on those 2 innings combined, but now you finally take advantage after 2 runs on consecutive walks from Brandon Catterson and then Chase Johnston, which was followed by an elite and clutch double by Bennett Averett, and then obviously Colby Warren got that other 2 RBI to make the score that it is.
Cody Smith now stands in. Hayden Hyatt, by the way, is now out at shortstop. He replaces Sawyer Leifson, who will go in to relieve Chase Johnston after he threw 100 pitches in 4 complete innings. Ball 1 pitches up high, ball 1.
And you said it in a previous inning, Alex. This feels far from over.
I mean, if the top of the 5th inning doesn't tell you that, I don't know what will. That one just misses the low and outside corner, 2-1. 9-1-2 to go for the Brighton Bengals. Cody Smith, Jack Saba, Bubba Ellis here. As the 2-1 pitch from Leifson comes down, swinging and a miss, strike 2. Chase Johnston had 8 strikeouts to his ledger this afternoon. Compare that with the Brighton Bengals, who issued 12 walks. 2-2 pitch. Goodbye. And Ty, we talked about how strong this Maple Mountain pitching staff is. This, with a 3-run lead, is where they are in a perfect position.
I completely agree, but here comes the top of the lineup now, and obviously there's a pitching change, so you can only wonder if that can play a factor too.
First pitch on the way, hit sky high to left. And Walker will just literally take a stroll underneath this fly ball. And very quickly, there are 2 out. Remember, we have not had a 1-2-3 inning in this game. We've only had 1 shutout inning, and that was the bottom of the 3rd. And yes, folks, I am very cognizant of the fact I may have just jinxed it. If I did, don't judge me.
Well, I'm not going to talk anymore. How about that?
Please don't. As Bubba Ellis stands in. And I don't mean literally don't talk anymore. I mean don't bring up the fact there hasn't been a clean inning yet.
I'm not going to bring in the bad juju.
This one's outside, ball 1.
Just adds to the excitement this ball game has been.
Oh, the tension in this ballpark, you could feel it from the very first pitch. This one is hit in the air on the diamond. Look out. Leifson is under it. Wouldn't you know it? Our first clean inning of the day. And it comes from the reliever, Sawyer Leifson, who gets a standing O here as he returns to the dugout. Maple Mountain sets down Brighton, Ekahi, Elua, Aloha in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th with the number 2 seed leading number 1, 11-8. Our first clean inning of the day belongs to the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, who have 9 strikeouts as a staff on their ledger so far, compared to 12 Brighton walks, as Braxton Biesinger will take over for the top half of the 6th inning. We'd like to remind you the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the UHSAA Baseball Championship Series continues tomorrow. if you thought this game was fun, well, guess what, folks? You have one more chance to see it, and maybe two more, as Brighton and Maple Mountain face off again in Game 2, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a Game 3 in this series. That's all starting tomorrow morning, bright and early, 11 o'clock a.m. on your home for the UHSAA Baseball Championship Series. The Rewind Sports Network. Alexander Timlip, Ty Wilkinson. Ty, you have to say, though, in all seriousness, for both of these teams, for one of them, you had to feel the first one to get a clean inning is going to get a huge boost of momentum. Maple Mountain, oh boy, they just got a huge boost from that 1-2-3 inning.
Alex, I feel like I'm in Game 3 right now. This is the first game, and it feels like it's become an actual elimination situation. Holy cow.
It feels like a Game 7, doesn't it? I mean, it literally has that feel of a Game 7 right now.
But we know the importance the first game provides in getting that early win. And you wonder if that's probably what each dugout and each coach is having the mindset of right now, is we got to go ahead early. Only issue with that is no one wants to back down.
1-2 pitch coming from Biesinger. This one's high and outside, 2-2. Remember, Brighton has already issued 12 walks here this game. Compare that to 9 total strikeouts for the Golden Eagles, as this one is in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so again, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles showing some plate level, elite plate discipline here. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and this one is fouled. Look out, coming right over us. Doesn't hit the roof. So the 6th pitch of this AB coming up is a nice barehanded catch out there by Biesinger on the mound. 3-2 pitch. Goodbye. Just the 5th strikeout of this day for the Brighton pitching staff against 12 walks. And now here comes Cy Christman, who was issued the intentional walk. And guess what? They're doing it again. Much to the chagrin of the Maple Mountain crowd. Oh, my goodness.
We're getting a little...
Second time that's happened today, and everybody knew it happened when it happened.
Getting the David Ortiz treatment over there, isn't he?
Oh, my goodness. Little gamesmanship by the former major leaguer Mark Cleven over there, the Brighton head coach. Here's the first pitch to Logan Billingham. That's down low, ball 1. I have not seen a game where your star player gets an IBB twice in a game.
One was to load the bases.
One was to load the bases. Yes, it came around to score, but I haven't seen it where you do it twice in a game. That in and of itself is hilarious.
He's got a little smile on his face over there, too.
He was. He was smirking all the way down the first base line. And you have to know the whole Maple Mountain bench was probably cracking up as well. 2-0 pitch. That one misses outside, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Oh, my goodness. The joy of playing baseball.
It's a beautiful game, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. It's 2 balls and no strikes, actually. Here's the pitch. That one misses inside. Now the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. That, by the way, was the 14th walk issued by Brighton today. .3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Back to back. And now up steps Sawyer Leifson, now the pitcher, who is in line for the win now. Chase Johnston officially now gets a no decision.
Got an interesting stat metric for you after this pitch, Alex, because this is some wild stuff.
I mean, I'm just trying to even look up in the record books right now if there's a record for team walks in a game. That one is right there, strike 1.
Okay, so you know Logan over there.
Yes.
At first base. You know, on his record, he's 0 for 1. That's because he's got 4 walks on his resume.
You got to be kidding.
I'm not even joking. He's 0 for 1, and that's just because he got a fly out. Because he's got 4 walks on the night.
The record, by the way, for walks drawn in a game, by the way, according to the UHSAA, was 26.
Boy, oh boy.
In 1950. By Tuella against Grantsville. 1950 tie.
74 years ago. Wow.
And Brighton has already issued 15 today through barely 5 innings. This is some next level stuff.
My goodness.
Runner goes for third, and it's going to get by. And move the runners up the bag. As now the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles looking to go for the kill here. They have scored 6 unanswered runs. Courtesy of that clutch double by Bennett Averett. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Biesinger in desperate need of a strikeout. Here it comes. Got him! Great paint job right on the corner. Two outs now in the inning, both via the strikeout, and here comes Brendan Catterson, the catcher.
Well, here's another guy who's 0 for 1 with 3 walks, Alex. You just go down the stat line here one by one.
Absolute insanity. Strike 1 on that one. This game has lasted almost 2.5 hours. What a battle we've had here in game 1 of this series, and we're just getting started. Grounder turned foul up the third base line. Jeremy Thomas thought it was a fair ball, but the home plate umpire said no, and we had a pretty good look at it down the line as well.
We keep referencing that this feels just a lot like a Game 7 scenario.
It sure does. It sure does. The drama, I mean,
And they're still going to play tomorrow. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we get Game 7 2 days in a row. And possibly 3 Game 7s, the equivalent of it 2 days in a row.
Right.
Oh, 2 pitch coming. Goodbye. Biesinger strikes out the side, so they leave runners on again. What a game we've had so far in Game 1. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6. The fireworks are just getting started. Welcome back, everyone, to UCCU Ballpark here in Orem, Utah. Alexander Timop alongside Ty Wilkinson. Bottom of inning number 6 here. In this bottom half of the 6th, Ty, I mean, you just did some math for the viewers at home. Just tell the viewers what you were trying to calculate.
The total amount left on base for Maple Mountain, even though they have 11 put on the scoreboard, the answer is 13.
You got it. So what you're telling me is this should be like a 20-10 ball game right now, but yet we're in a 3-run ball game.
Alex, they have the lead, and remember the 3rd and 4th inning, they stranded the bases loaded. I mean,
right.
Sure, they had a couple of runs, but still, the bases were loaded, and they still had more opportunities to score in those innings. Wow.
Golly. Absolute cinema we're seeing here in Game 1 today, that's for sure. Sawyer Leafson's first pitch on the way is a strike right at the knees to the leadoff man of the inning, Riley Brown. 3-4-5, heart of the order coming up here for the Brighton Bengals, and they need something in a hurry. Down by 3 runs, swing and a miss by Riley Brown. Good fastball right on the outside corner. Oh, 2 payoff. And a good waste pitch there on the off-speeder, ball 1. 8 runs, 11 hits. Unofficially, they mark it off as they marked 1 error for Brighton. 1-2 pitch. And for Maple Mountain, 11 runs, just 5 base hits, but they've drawn 15 walks. 2-2. Goodbye. Make it 10 strikeouts total for this Maple Mountain pitching staff. And the third one for Sawyer Leifson. And now here comes Brax Biesinger.
Man, 10 against one of the best offensive teams in the state of Utah.
We are seeing some kind of pitching performance today from this Maple Mountain team. How about that changeup? Absolute nastiness right there. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Just got the end of the bat on that one. Sawyer Leifson with a little smirk out there on the mound. You think they're having fun out there?
I say so.
Oh, yeah, they are. Drop third strike. Throw down to first. 2 out. Four strikeouts for Sawyer Leifson, 11 total. And he struck out Riley Brown and Brax Biesinger, 2 of the best hitters on the team for Brighton, back to back. Strike 1.
With ease, too, I'd like to point out. It's like he's been here before.
Whoa, that one bounced up and in on the plate, ball 1. Two out here, the bottom half of the 6th inning. Maple Mountain leads this wild game 11-8. 1-1 pitch. Chopper to the hole and a base hit. Gets past Thomas over there at second base, who was over on the shift. And a 2-out base runner for the Brighton Bengals, their first one since the bottom of the 4th inning, after 5 consecutive retired batters. And here comes Easton Fry, the leader in home runs on the team with 9, third in the state. Can he find a way to get a big one here and bring his side back in it? Strike 1. "12 hits in this game for Brighton, but they're still down by 3. Thanks to some elite plate discipline from the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles this afternoon here in Game 1. 0-1 pitch. Missed the outside corner by a good margin there, ball 1. Try to get him to chase. Tying run stands on deck for the Brighton Bengals. 1-1 pitch. That one's going to get away. Runner goes to second and is going to get in there. This Maple Mountain pitching staff has 11 total strikeouts today. 4 by Sawyer Leifson, 7 by starter Chase Johnston, who went 4 innings and threw 100 pitches. Two 1. Strike 2. 2-2. Foul. And that hits the roof. So that means it's time for our second Any Hour Services random roof ringer of the day. Which happens anytime a ball hits the tarp at BYU or the steel roof here at UCCU Ballpark. Runner on second, tying run on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Foul. Right back to the screen. 7th pitch of the AB coming up here. Cooper Johnson stands on deck as the potential tying run. Two-two pitch. Ball 3. Ball gets to the backstop. That'll be a passed ball. And the count now goes full to 3 balls and 2 strikes with the tying run on deck. Would be just the 4th walk issued today by this Maple Mountain pitching staff as opposed to 15 issued by Brighton. Here it is. Liner to center. Base hit. The run will score. And the Brighton Bengals do have a little bit of life left in them. And here comes the tying run in the person of Cooper Johnson. The 13th hit of this ball game for the Brighton Bengals. First pitch to Johnson. High fly ball in the air to center field. Under it. Making the catch. And ending the inning is Averett. 1 run comes across to score. But the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles continue to hold the Brighton Bengals at bay. It is 11-9. We head to the last inning of regulation play here in the Valley. A reminder at the conclusion of this Game 1, this epic Game 1 of the 5A Championship Series, Ty and I will be selecting our choice for the Heidemann and Associates Player of the Game, for the player that showed the greatest commitment to being a part of the winning team on the diamond today, just like how Heidemann and Associates is the winning team that is fully committed to you, the client. Well, Ty Wilkinson, joined by Alexander Tulip here at the booth here at UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University. Ty, this is it. The last inning of regulation play. You're just looking at me wondering if this game goes to extras. It doesn't matter if it does at this point. What a battle this has been between these two teams.
We keep referencing it. It feels like a Game 7. This feels like winner-go-home scenario for either or. But once again, both of these programs are going to be playing baseball tomorrow. Like, it doesn't feel, it 100% does not feel like these teams should be in this situation. But here we are in an amazing all-or-nothing effort, Game 1. And this is championship baseball at its finest.
It is number 1 against number 2 at its finest here. Braxton Biesinger, as this pitch is popped sky high into the air on the infield. Saba is under it. Makes the squeeze, and just like that, there is 1 out. It'll be 8-9-1 in the order, the bottom of the 7th inning for the Brighton Bengals, but first things first, Brax Biesinger has to get his team there. Here comes the center fielder, Bennett Averett, who had the clutch 2-run double that tied the game. First pitch on the way to him is down low in the carpet, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Liner it to the right center field gap. That is going to be a base hit. Rolls up against the fence. Averett's going for third. Here comes the throw. They're not going to get him. It's a 1-out triple. And a potentially huge insurance run now stands just 90 feet away. Bennett Averett, have yourself a day.
2 walks and 2 base knocks. That's not bad at all.
Up the middle, caught. Check throw over to first as they didn't know if it was a ground ball or not. So Biesinger alertly threw to first, but he did catch. It was a line drive, Ty. We saw it from clearly up here. It was a liner. So 2 out quickly just like that.
Well, good job looking back, too, making sure he stays over there. 90 feet is not a lot in baseball.
That's a high ball inside off the black. Potentially huge insurance run stands 90 feet away at third base following the 1-out triple. This one down low in the dirt this time, 2 balls and no strikes. Against the top man of the order, A.J. Thomas. Max Walker follows him on deck. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike right at the knees. Good placement on that pitch. I'm just wondering if Cy Crispin's going to get a chance to bat if he gets it again.
You wonder.
Ground ball back up the middle. Base hit. That'll score the run. Maple Mountain. Finally some sustained offense, and it comes at the best time possible. So, Ty, they haven't had much close to anything offensively all day. This is the most base hits they've had in 1 inning.
Right. And it comes at the most clutch opportunities. Wow.
Max Walker now. Cy Crispin stands on deck. Remember, Cy Crispin's been IBB twice in his last 2 at-bats. It hasn't mattered. He's come around to score both times. Maple Mountain has drawn 15 walks out of these Brighton Bengals pitchers today. This one is foul onto the right-hand side. Ty, I forgot we had an any hour roof ringer. You got one ready for us?
You're right, I do. Let me pull this up real quick. So I want you to take a guess of the first ever Major League Baseball opening day game that was played outside of the United States and Canada.
As the throw goes down to second, and the throw is dropped. A.J. Thomas was dead to rights like a sitting duck, but the throw was dropped out at second base. An unfortunate missed opportunity there for Brighton to get out of the inning. Let me see. The first opening day game played outside of the U.S. and Canada. This would have had to have been, as this is fouled right back to the screen, I would have to say that's probably one of the. It would have to have been in Korea or in Japan. I thought it was fairly recently. I'm going to say it's about 2000 or 2001.
You're right on the money again, Alex. 2000.
No. Are you kidding me?
2 for 2 tonight. How about that?
Goodness.
The Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets played the first ever MLB opening day game outside the U.S. and Canada at the Japan Tokyo Dome.
At the Tokyo Dome in Japan, yes. Home, of course, of your future mission, of course, and your future team that you get to cheer for.
Right.
Hopefully when you come back, the Tokyo Giants.
Yep. But they're not called the Tokyo Giants.
No, that's right. They're called the Yomiuri Giants.
Yep.
They're not the Tokyo Giants. 3-2 pitch. That one is in the dirt. Ball 4. Make it 16 walks. And now it's time to see if Mr. Crispin is going to get a chance to bat. As Mark Cleveland before that pops right out of the dugout. So hold the phone here for a second, and I think that's going to do it for Brighton fans, is to let Cy Crispin hit.
I mean, why not? He has a bat.
He has a bat, but he hasn't used it in his last 2 appearances because Mark Cleveland said, we're not taking any chances with you. And if I get my hunch right on this one, Ty, I don't know if they're going to let him hit here either.
I would doubt it, especially considering it's a really close game and some big insurance opportunities on the base paths right now, too.
So it looks like we are indeed going to have a pitching change as Easton Smith has come into the game in left field, it looks like. And that is going to cause a substitution as Alex Price will leave the game now, and now Cooper Scott now will come into the game. So we are indeed going to have a pitching change here in this one. Braxton Biesinger will go back to his normal spot at second, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on this wild Friday night here at Orem, Game 1, going down to the wire.
Looks like they just sent him.
And welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the UHSAA 5A Championship Series. We're waiting for the signal. Cooper Scott's on the mound replacing Braxton Biesinger. Cy Chrisman stands on deck with 2 outs. We have a very strong suspicion he will be given his 3rd intentional walk of the day and 3rd in the last 3 appearances. Oh, goodness gracious. But Ty, what a game this has been.
To say the least. You can't give enough credit to both sides. Just because this has just been an amazing baseball game to watch.
16 walks have been issued in this game by the Brighton pitchers.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
And, yeah, and the Maple Mountain Gold Eagles, by contrast, have 11 strikeouts as a team on their ledger today. All coming against one of the best offenses in the state. Ever since putting up 3 spots in the first and second inning, the Bengals have scored a total of 3 runs in the past 4 innings as Jeremy Thomas comes out to the home plate umpire to check on who's on the lineup card here, or who Brighton has changed on the lineup card. As Vince Francis pans over, we're still waiting. Are they going to give Cy Chrisman a chance? There he is.
Oh, they're going to let him go.
It appears.
Well.
Yes, he is. And the Bronx cheer goes up from the Maple Mountain crowd. Oh, goodness. You got to love it. Here's the first pitch on the way to him. And it's outside and low. Ball 1. Throw down to third. Got him! They tried for the double steal, but the Bengals weren't having it. Get ready, folks. We're ready for more. The bottom of the 7th is coming. Maple Mountain and Brighton to be decided by 3 more outs. What a wild and crazy game we have had here in Game 1 of the 5A State Championship Series here at UCCU Ballpark. Alexander Timberlake, Ty Wilkinson. Ty, just look at this scoreboard. What more can you say about this scoreboard?
There's 3 total zeros. That's all I gotta say, and that's it. I just don't know. This is amazing.
But the other thing is too, we have to understand here, we are seeing some. I mean, we talked about it in the pregame, right, Ty? Seriously, let's take a look at this now. Pregame, we were talking about it was the pitching of Maple Mountain against the power hitting of Brighton. We are seeing displays of both of that on both sides of the ball in different ways, and that's what's amazing, and that's what's even more amazing about this game.
It's a beautiful game, Alex. That's all I can say about it. Baseball is it's lively. It's not a dying sport. This is incredible to watch. Just an immaculate showing.
First pitch on the way to Miles Layton is a strike right at the knees. 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the order to lead off for the Bengals. The tying run is in the hole. It'll be Layton, and then it'll be a pinch hitter who's number 22. That's Josh Mawini, the 3-sport star who played football and basketball in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch is foul to the right. Look out. That one almost took the teeth of the first base coach down that line with it. 11 strikeouts for this Maple Mountain staff. Just missed the high and inside corner there. As Bennett Averett's now on the mound to try to shut the door. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Goodbye! One away. "12 strikeouts on the day for this Maple Mountain staff, as now here comes Josh Mawhinney to the plate. Tying run remains in the hole. Jack Saba stands on deck. The score of the clutch 3-run walk-off home run last on Wednesday night. In a game that has gone approaching 3 hours. Strike one. Strike two. Here comes the payoff. Just missed high with that one, ball one. That was close. One, two. Just missed it again. Trying to get Mawhinney to chase right there. Two-two pitch. Did he go? Yes! Jack Saba, the last chance. Foul, strike one. Ball goes onto the roof. But this is more important than any Hour Services roof rigger right now. Strike two. The Bengals down to their last strike. And they will rise. Just missed the outside corner with that one. Ball one. Ground ball to short. Throw to first. Maple Mountain takes game one. What a battle. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, on the strength of 16 drawn walks and just 7 base hits, move 1 win away from a 5A championship. Ty, that was one for the ages. What a game.
It was amazing. Like, it's leaving me speechless and putting into words how to wrap up this game in summary, just because so much happened and so an excellent showing from both teams. What a great baseball game.
And think about this, Ty. Brighton had their chances. I mean, Brighton had so many chances, but we have to give credit where credit is due. Maple Mountain, with some elite level plate discipline, 16 walks. That's 10 off the state record of 26 drawn by Tuella against Grantsville back in 1950. It's been almost 75 years since that many walks were drawn in a game. I mean, Coach Rich Hill in Hawaii talks about it all the time. Win the freebie war. It's safe to say the game came down to the freebie war, and Maple Mountain dominated it.
It was about the plate discipline every single time. I mean, 16 walks, that's unheard of in pretty much any level of baseball.
And you know Brighton will be back tomorrow as Maple Mountain takes a 1-0 lead in this series. Time to present our Heidemann & Associates Player of the Game, presented by the full-service law firm that's committed to winning for you, the client. Ty, we have to give it where credit is due. Down 8-6, Bennett Averett, the 2-out, 2-run double that tied the game, and then the triple that led to the run that brought him home late in the game. No doubt, he is our player of the game.
It is no doubt. That's you make the clutch plays as the number 7 hitter for your lineup for Maple Mountain. And I mean, you're right. That's as good as you can do in these days, just because, there's just the clutch opportunities came through today for Maple Mountain.
So Ty, let's look forward now to Game 2 tomorrow. What do both teams have to do? For Maple Mountain now, they're one win away from winning a championship, but Brighton now the number 1 team in 5A. What do both teams, looking to now force a Game 3, what do both teams have to do in order to either force a Game 3 or lift the trophy?
Well, if you're Maple Mountain, your pitching obviously did super well today. I mean, however many strikeouts that was that 12, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, 12 strikeouts on the ledger for Maple Mountain. But for Brighton, you really need to have your offensive showing because, well, you also need your pitching to come in too, because however many walks, 16 on the night for Brighton, at least in that case, just because Maple Mountain, they waited for their pitches all night long, and it costed them. And they even put up a 6 spot just because of it, just because they waited for their pitches.
What makes it even more amazing, those 6 runs were all scored on just 2 base hits. That's incredible.
Right.
Ty, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for more.
I'm ready for more. We got another one coming up.
We got another great game coming up here just a little bit, everyone. Lehigh against Corner Canyon. It's 7:04 right now. That game approximately going to start at about 7:30 or 7:45. We'll be back on the air later with that second game of our doubleheader. What a start to the championships we've had here. The final score, once again, Maple Mountain 12, Brighton 9. Golden Eagles now 1 win away and 1 game up in the 5A Championship Series. We'll be back with the 6A Game 1 coming up in just a little bit.